Another way to graph lines would be to use intercepts. So in order to use intercepts, we have to know what an intercept is. The x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis, and the y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. So let's just take a minute and look at these graphs. This would be the y-intercept, and what is its ordered pair? 0, 2. This would be the x-intercept, and what is its ordered pair? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0. So this is the y-intercept, this is the x-intercept. So we have this point and this point. Remember, this is the x-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be the x-intercept. Up here would be the y-intercept. Now we have a horizontal line. Well, it crosses the y-axis at 0, 3, but it doesn't cross the x-axis at all. So we don't have an x-intercept here. Now we have a vertical line on this one, and it crosses the x-axis at negative 4, 0. That would be the x-intercept, but it doesn't cross the y-axis, so there is no y-intercept. Now look at these coordinates. Look at the y-coordinate of the x-intercept. Here are my x-intercepts. What's the y-coordinate on every one of those? 0. Because in order to cross the x-axis, your y-coordinate must always be 0. Now look at the x-coordinate of the y-intercept. Here, 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 and it is also always 0, because in order to cross the y-axis, your x-coordinate needs to be 0. So that's going to help us out on how to graph using intercepts. Number 1, graph, instead of making a t-chart, we're going to find the intercepts. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to come back up here and use those two facts. Right? The y-coordinate of the x-intercept is always 0, and the x-coordinate of the y-intercept is always 0. So we're going to let y equal to 0 and solve for x. Easy arithmetic. Here we're going to let x be 0 and solve for y. So we're just going to divide by negative 1. And then we're going to plot those 2 points. So here we have the x-intercept. I'm on the x-axis. Here I have the y-intercept. I'm on the y-axis. Take a straight edge. Ooh, I need a straight edge. And graph that line. Alright, so I want to find the x-intercept, meaning I want to find the x value. I know y is 0. So I have 3x minus 2 times 0 is 12. That's 0. Divide by 3. Now I want to find the y value, so I let x equal to 0. Divide by negative 2, and I get negative 6. So we're going to plot those 2 points. Again, the x-intercept should go on the x-axis, so I go over 4 and don't go up and down any. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have the line 3x minus 2y equals to 12. Could I have gotten that same line by making a table of values like I did in the last lesson? Yes. In fact, these are 2 values I could have used in that table of values. They just happen to be special values because they are the x and y intercept of those lines. Let's keep going. So I want to find the x-intercept, so I let y equal to 0. Oh, not pretty, but that's okay. I get 10/3. Now because I need to plot this, this is one of the few times we're going to change that to a mixed number. So 3 and 1/3. Right, I want to find the y-intercept, so I let x equal to 0. Maybe that'll be a little bit prettier. And it is, so divide by 5. Alright, so we're going to go over 3, 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more, but don't go up and down any. Then my y-intercept says go up 2. So connect those two dots, 2 points. Again, straight edge would help. Extend the line. There you go. Number 4, in a little bit different format. That's okay. So I want to find x, so I let y equal to 0. So I have 0 equals 2/3 x minus 4. Oh, we got to learn how to remember our algebra. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. How do I get rid of that 2/3? Way back, first, second, third lesson of the semester. I want to multiply both sides by the reciprocal to get x by itself. So 2 goes into 4 2 times, so I get 6. A good review. Okay, I want to find y, so I'll let x be 0. This should be easier. So 2/3 times 0 minus 4. A lot easier. So again, I plot my points. Here's my x-intercept. Here's my y-intercept. Connect those points, make a line. Just a few more. Okay, so I want to find x, let y equal to 0. So subtract 5, divide by 3, divide by -3, and I get a positive 5/3. And again, 3 goes into 5 1 with 2 left over. So change it to a mixed number so you kind of know what to count, where to plot it. So I want to find y, so you let x equal to 0. And again, that's the easy one, especially when it's solved for y. So x is 1 and 2/3. So if this is 1 and that's 2, so it's 1 and 2/3, really close to 2. Then our y-intercept is at positive 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I need to connect those points. And please use a straight edge. So pretty easy, even if you have fractions. Now, just like on the last lesson and the lesson before that, we have those special lines, and hopefully by now you're kind of remembering which one's vertical, which one's horizontal. Remember, what does that say? It says x must be 4. X must be 4. So x must be 4, but for the x-intercept, y has to be 0. So it means it crosses the x-axis at 4. But the y-intercept, it says that in order to find y, x has to be 0. But that contradicts this. So this is not possible, because our problem said that x has to be 4. So that means there is, for the y-intercept, don't say not possible, how about let's write none. None. Well, how do I graph the line? Remember, x is always 4. X must be 4. So if I make some ordered pairs up, x always has to be 4. And what is y? Anything you want. And if you would remember that, it would save you time. What am I asking you to remember? That this is a vertical line. And if you know that, then you could just plot this one point and say, it's vertical, and you're done. On the other hand, let's look at number 7. This says that y must be 4. So y must be 4. So on finding the y-intercept, x has to be 0 and y must be 4. The x-intercept says y has to be 0. Not possible. This line does not cross the x-axis. So again, I have to know that this is horizontal, or I can make ordered pairs and make y be 4. And again, you can plot whatever points you want as long as the value of y is 4. So please start memorizing. If you only have an x, you have a vertical line, and if you only have a y, you have a horizontal line.